was watching a Korean love story and I noticed that the way it's filmed, everything was like slowed down.
Oh.
So it was really interesting because I thought in this fast-paced world, this
Right.
everything was like in not slow motion, but they would like focus on a look or a kiss.
Oh, I think it's a bit like the Bollywood films. They're like filmed different.
They're filmed differently.
Depending
Instead of
on the
so
culture.
fast-paced, everything like all the emotions were like you had time to like develop them and enjoy them. Even though at first I thought, gosh, this is slow.
Really?
With all the music, and then they would like stare at each other for like what seemed like an eternity.
Really?
But it made me think about in real life how these moments, like everything just
So
slows
important.
down.
Yeah.
As in certain times of your life when you kind of lose
Track of time. Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to be talking about in this week's episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters.
Violetta
And Yudka.
Zugo. I think it's a contradiction to this fast-paced world. It's what we all need, I think.
You're right, but I think that's really what life is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you think about it like in a Korean love story kind of filter,
Yes.
Life is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like last Sunday, we just went out for a passeggiata. We're here in Italy, and it was the grapevine, like little festival.
Yeah.
In the little village.
Passeggiata was that?
Passeggiata is just a little walk, in the grapevine. It's a lovely tradition. It's a stroll, yeah. Passeggiata is a stroll, yeah. And we were just walking along, and yeah, I bought some typical products. We bought these lovely grapes and everything. But for me, that particular day, everything did seem slow for some reason. I noticed it more than other. I noticed the fellow that was selling me the grapes. I focused on his smile. It was kind of weird. Then I had a coffee and I noticed the soft sunshine as I, was sipping.
Because it's the change of the seasons, isn't it? The sunshine is softer.
It's so soft.
There's
because it's like October now. And then when we were walking again, this random guy on a bicycle, he was cycling, and I sort of let him through, and then I got this lovely smile, from him. And I thought by the end of the whole Sunday, what I remembered most was a smile from the person. And the guy who sold us these grapes, it was so happy that we bought 2 little crates of them. And was so grateful that we actually purchased them, and was so proud of them because they came from his vineyard. And so it was like that. It was like all slow.
Yeah.
It felt like it was a Korean.
And it felt like that because
sometimes it doesn't though. Life.
No, I think it doesn't feel like that when you're in your own head and you're not actually out in the world.
Right.
So when you're actually out in the world, what I mean
really
is you're really enjoying and savouring every moment and making life like special instead of being in your own head and just thinking about all your worries or your problems or goodness knows what you're thinking about, what you have to do the next day. When you're actually in the present moment, it is like that, where everything does slow down and you have time for everything.
It's amazing, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? It is a bit like when you're in, a bit like hypnosis, really, isn't
Yes.
it? Because that is what this is a podcast so we're not going to actually be using hypnotic language.
No.
But we are hypnotists. So we do know how to go and take people into these particular states. And the Korean, thing you're talking about does sort of...
It does.
Reflect.
It did remind me of that,
Yeah.
because the way it was filmed, that they would take ages on one shot of them, just 2 people looking at each other, or one person coming in, and it would be woo, and then the music, and then...
I think life is like that, especially when there's the falling in love moment. Things are like one glance from that person, they're at their desk and they look up,
Yeah, that's what it's like.
That's what life is really like. Gosh, I got a glance from that person, somebody you like. These are moments that sort of have this massive impact on your life, don't
That
they?
you wouldn't have even noticed before if someone looks at you.
No, if you're not like in that particular state, and if you don't, like you're falling in love with somebody, especially when you're falling in love with somebody, those
Yeah, but what
moments
about
are
when
like,
you're falling in love with life and you've forgotten how lovely life was?
that is so true. You're falling in love with life once again. Yes,
You're appreciating
noticing
how precious it is and how every moment is important and how you can enjoy every moment as well and take.
That's the best thing. To fall in love with life is the best thing, because that's when you really start noticing, that's when life begins to actually slow down for you, no matter how chaotic things are around you. And no matter, life is uncertain. Life is, everything is so full of uncertainty that you can become overwhelmed with it. But, if you do take the time
Just to slow down and just kind of imagine that you're in one of these Korean
movies.
Maybe watch one these Korean series. You might learn something from it because it really does, show you how to slow down and not always be like so frenetic and always like scrolling from one thing to the next. You really do have to have patience to watch these things.
Really, yes.
But once you get into them, you appreciate it.
Wow, and you have to read the subtitles as well, I imagine. So it's
or put it in a language that you understand.
all right. Did you watch it with the subtitles? No.
Well, because I've had my retina thing, so I do struggle a bit with with subtitles. So I actually put it in Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah, which is it was our mum's language.
Yes, yeah.
And it actually wasn't too bad in Spanish because I think if I wouldn't have been able to stand it in English.
No.
It would have been too much of a dissonance.
Okay.
But maybe because when we were little, we used to watch those cartoons that were anime.
Yeah.
They were from, I think they must have been Japanese.
Japanese, definitely.
Not Korean, but they were Japanese. Or maybe they might have been Korean, I don't know. Because
I can't remember them.
Do you remember the Yapemaya?
Yapemaya, that wasn't anime. Are
Are
you joking? That's a Spanish thing.
Yeah, but I think it was anime.
No, I mean, it was about this little bee.
Yeah, but it was a
Called
cartoon that was
Maya.
anime, I'm sure.
Was it?
I think so. Anyway.
Oh, I bet you it wasn't. I bet you it wasn't. I really want to Google this now.
Well, it was in that style anyway.
Okay. I bet you it wasn't. But
because there's another one that we used to watch as adults, Mary Pen Mary, which was another anime cartoon, and it was actually anime. Did you ever watch that about the secret garden? No. Mary Pen Mary. It was called in Italy.
No.
Yeah, that was really calming, and it was anime.
Really? No, I did not watch that. But anyway, yes, definitely.
So, I mean, it puts you into that state of, I think that's why people are going back to the old crafts as well, like embroidery, knitting, sewing.
We used to do a lot of that, didn't we?
Yeah, but now young people are going to
definitely
do it, looking to do things like that as well, because it really does put you in the moment and just, concentrate on that next stitch kind of thing.
Definitely, and it also allows your hands to be busy and your mind to
be free.
Yes, to sort of, because your conscious mind is occupied, as to say, with a task that becomes familiar to you. So it's like a competence. Once you learn how to knit, it becomes like an unconscious competence. So you don't really need to focus that much unless you're learning right now. But if you become competent at it, your hands can just do it by themselves. So as to allow your unconscious mind to be free, as to say, and to absorb other things. So that's why doing tasks that are, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you're knitting, you don't go and think about the next bill you have to pay or something. It kind of frees your mind up, because you go into that little, or painting or something like that. You're going into that little special space that you like. Cause
it's
like
a moment
hobby,
for you. Yeah, carving, whatever it is you're doing.
It's your hobby.
Yes.
is something for you.
No, it's so true.
And it slows life down. So I say put the phone down and, get on to doing something like this, or just take a stroll and notice what's around you. Or when you're in traffic, instead of thinking, oh no, there's traffic, look around you. You might see things. The other day I was stuck in traffic. I saw so many things I'd never seen before.
Me too. I saw all these new houses that were popping up.
Yeah.
And then I saw these wonderful chestnut tree leaves. And I noticed there were chestnuts on the floor. And I love that because I thought, oh, this is welcoming autumn, It's also a bit sad, and sort of not sad, but nostalgic for me.
Because we love summer.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit.
We say sorry to the sunshine rays going, but they don't really go.
They don't go, especially here.
Yeah,
we're lucky.
We're lucky,
but they change. The lighting changes.
Is softer. It's more time to hibernate and coochie up.
Coochie up, yeah.
Cuddle up. What's that word in
come on,
Swedish? No,
I can't remember that. Yeah, not hoo-ha. Cougar or oh gosh, I can't remember. We had these Danish lovely people.
Cuddle.
No, what it meant, like
cuddle up.
Cuddle up. Yeah, it was. They have a particular word for it,
and we're going to do that today.
Well, we're not. Are we?
Snuggle. No, we're
it's
not.
Like
not
snuggle.
Today.
It was like snuggling up with friends.
Today.
Yeah, we're going for a stroll. And we're going to enjoy the sun rays, and definitely, yes, I think it doesn't it doesn't have to be a Sunday for you to notice these things.
Yeah, and when you do notice things outside your own awareness that you wouldn't normally be aware from, that already puts you into a calm state of mind.
It does, yeah. It'll take you, it's like what you said, when you're living out of your mind. It's
hard to
it's
explain,
a skill.
isn't it?
Yes, it's hard to explain because you're always inside your mind. And it's and you might be saying, how do I get outside of my mind? I am my mind.
Outside.
Yes, it's with
focus on others.
Yes, exactly. Focus on other things. On other people, on people's faces,
on your
surroundings, on nature, on the colour of the bench, on anything else, but that's going to help you get outside of your own mind and your own worries and concerns, and that makes life longer. It makes life seem like a Korean, series. It's a trick. It's a trick of slowing down time. You'll live longer.
You will.
You will feel as though you live longer anyway, because the day will go on.
And you'll have time to do everything.
You will. It's surprising, but that's how it is.
That's how it is. Yes, we did do an episode on that time, the thief of time. So go and check that one out in our backlogs. Go and listen to it.
Definitely, yeah. And how to elongate time.
How to elongate time. Well, we're going to elongate our day, and we hope you are too. Let us know what you think about time slowing down, and if you enjoy these Korean series, or if you've never watched one, go and watch one if you can.
Definitely.
Say hi to us on YouTube, and please do subscribe as well. It really helps our channel grow. And come and podcast reviews. We really do need them, so please do come and give us a podcast
Yes, definitely.
Review.
Yes, yeah. They help, don't they?
They do help us.
They help sort of the algorithm. Sort of gets it moving. So we have to get that moving. If anything else, everything else has to slow down, but some things have to
speed up. So go and give us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast, and we'll see you next week. Lots of love and smiles from the
English sisters.
Bye for now.